There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
American Killer versus Stephen A. Remember, I do what these analysts do to athletes. These analysts, they call out these athletes. Me, I call out these analysts. It just reciprocates. It's a symbiosis. I am not defending Cam Newton's performance on Sunday because it was horrible. But notice something. Stephen A. Smith has a lot to say about Cam Newton's performance when he plays bad. But mind you, against Washington, when he had a good game, notice how he doesn't even talk about Cam Newton at all. Go on last week's First Take. There is no topic about how Cam Newton returned home and almost beat the Washington football team. But when Cam Newton has a bad game, here goes Stephen A. Smith.
One of the most horrific quarterback performances we have ever seen. Are we really going to sit here and act like the Miami Dolphins winning a game with them not being a part of the playoff picture, that's a bigger story than Cam?
Really, it's all about perspective. Miami fans and people who are fans of Tua Tagovailoa, which are not many, because I think Tua is the top 2 quarterback that is the most disrespected by his fans in the media, because it seems like he can never do anything right. That's one. 2, the Miami Dolphins winning 4 straight is a big deal because a lot of teams that start off 1-7 don't really win 4 straight. But you know, Stephen A. Smith waited for this moment his entire life. So of course to him, that's the bigger storyline. Even though I keep telling people Cam Newton already has a lot of haters. They are waiting for him to fail. Just like Lamar Jackson, just like Tua Tagovailoa. There is just certain quarterbacks in the NFL that does not fit the traditional standard of what a quarterback looks like. So by default, they get the most hate.
You see, this is what bothers me. Because I'm the bad guy.
And I'm the good guy.
Because I'm answering a question that is so damn obvious. Boo Boo the Fool could have answered it. Okay? And I'm just telling the truth. I apologize to Cam and Cam lovers everywhere. I'm rooting for the brother. I ain't rooting against them.
If you are rooting for the brother, like you claim you are, give us a detailed analysis on why the Carolina Panthers have not performed well in these last 2 games. Even when Cam Newton did play well against the Washington football team, his defense did not show up. Give us a detailed analysis on why the Carolina Panthers did not play well against the Dolphins. Don't just tell us about Cam Newton's performance, because that is the obvious. You're an analyst. Do your job.
This was an awful performance. He couldn't hit the backside of Broadway empty. That's how bad it was. 5 for 21.
This guy is a YouTube comment section, a Reddit comment section, all put into one form. Cam Newton played poorly. I do know that. A lot of people are aware of that. But that offensive line played terrible. Even when PJ Walker was in the game, he was running for his life. Cam Newton did not have any time. Not only that, the Miami Dolphins defense did the same thing to Lamar Jackson last week. The Miami defense has been playing well these last 3 weeks. Tua Tagovailoa has helped that team become successful. Mind you, he is 10-7 as a starter, and he never gets the credit that he deserves. Everybody talks about how Tua should be replaced by Deshaun Watson. Tua is actually a really good quarterback, in my opinion. I do not care what anybody says. That connection between him and Jalen Waddle, that looks extremely deadly. If they play like that down the stretch, they're going to be the surprise team in the AFC if they make the playoffs.
For 92 yards, a quarterback rating of 23? What are we talking about here?
Right.
I mean, we gotta stop it.
Yeah, we got to stop it. We got to stop watching you.
You're not playing in a closet. You're not playing in your privacy of your backyard.
Yeah, you're supposed to play protected behind a good offensive line, in which he did not have. Like, come on, add more detail. Now let's go to Lamar Jackson.
To get ready to rush for 1,000 yards for the third consecutive year. No quarterback has done what he's done already.
He's come back 2-3 times this year. We've asked him to do that. He's done that.
I understand that.
Notice how Stephen A. brushed off what Michael Irvin said. Michael Irvin said that Lamar Jackson has come back a couple of times this year, and we have asked him to do that. Stephen A. brushes it aside because it does not fit his narrative.
I don't trust him. Not yet. Because I need to see you do it in the postseason. As I religiously said, I told y'all about Cam. Just like I told you about Lamar.
Stephen A. only says this about running quarterbacks. Little does he know that a man in Georgia is about to roast his fucking ass. Okay, Stephen A. Smith, since quarterbacks have to throw accurately and consistently in the postseason, let's see what you have to say about Matthew Stafford then.
Matthew Stafford, or is it the coach Sean McVay?
Oh, this is Sean McVay. This is no question. This is Sean McVay. He's not boy wonder right now. But you don't make the changes that have been made in Los Angeles, and it's not on the head coach.
Oh, really? It's all Sean McVay's fault. It's Sean McVay's fault that Matthew Stafford has thrown a pick six in 3 straight games. No quarterback has done that since Matt Schaub. Stephen A., you are the same guy that said a quarterback has to consistently and accurately throw the ball well in the playoffs. Well, when it comes to Lamar Jackson. But Matthew Stafford has not been playing well these last few games, but somehow it's Sean McVay's fault. And Sean McVay is the same guy that took Jared Goff to a Super Bowl in which Jared Goff is 0-10-1 with the Lions. And Matthew Stafford is struggling on a loaded roster? And all you can say is, oh, it's Sean McVay's fault, because you know damn well if Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, Tua Tagovailoa, even if Deshaun Watson played like this, you would blame the quarterback. Matthew Stafford has never won a playoff game in 12 years. He is the most inconsistent, the most overrated, the most babied quarterback I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, Matthew Stafford's career is based off the imagination of his potential that he never lived up to. Matthew Stafford never lived up to his potential, even when he was for Georgia. They were supposed to make the BCS National Championship, according to some headlines and media talking heads. He failed to do so. He's had AJ Green in college. He's had Megatron in the NFL. He is on a loaded roster in his 30s. Look at the teams that Lamar Jackson had in Louisville. Look at Cam Newton's team in Auburn and tell me that those quarterbacks did not carry those teams. Like, come on. The media is extremely biased. And don't give me that, oh, well, Matthew Stafford got drafted to an 0-16 team because Baker Mayfield technically got drafted to an 0-16 team and actually won a playoff game. And right now he is being nailed to the cross for poor performance. But when it comes to Matthew Stafford, I never seen him held accountable for poor performance. Now let's see what Stephen A. Smith actually has to say about Matthew Stafford.
Before our very eyes. Now, Matthew Stafford has not helped that. You know, you got, you know, what is it, pick six in 3 straight games? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just deplorable. That's horrible. 5 interceptions over the last 3 or 4 games? That's not good either. And Matthew Stafford is going to have to show us, this ain't, you know what, you're not in Detroit anymore. Stop acting like a damn Detroit Lion.
Stop acting like a Detroit Lion? You mean stop acting like a Matthew Stafford? Matthew Stafford has always been inconsistent. He cannot blame the Detroit Lions anymore. He is not there. This is a new beginning. I'm sorry. He has no excuses, because if that were the case, then when Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers were notorious for drafting quarterbacks that turned the ball over. Did that affect Brady? No, it did not. He still got a Super Bowl ring with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You basically brushed off Matthew Stafford's 3 interceptions. I mean, come on. I'm a fair guy. If a quarterback sucks, he just sucks. I don't care if he's mobile, your traditional drop back passer. I do not care if he's 5'1" or 6'10". It's either you got it or you don't. You are a terrible analyst.
Team and Big D. That's what makes this funny. How about the Cowboys? How about the Cowboys? Some way, somehow, when they count, just wait. They will let you down. The accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident.